So this isn't really much of a shocker because we know there's Z Awakening, all the OG 3-key, 3000 attack up leaders. You know, for example, we just got the Extreme Z Awakening for the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku. Next in line is actually the Extreme Z Awakening of the STR Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, not the LR, the STR TUR version. Well, not the TUR version of the LR, but the actual OG TUR Broly that does AoE, has no key link besides the same lineage. He's next in line to get an Extreme Z Awakening, and this is I'm not excited. I really am not excited because Broly himself doesn't have potential, the same potential that the Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku had, because he was already a somewhat decent unit. He had 100% attack up on the past. He had over in a flash. They buffed him to having 120% attack up, gave him a 70% defense buff, gave him immense damage, greatly lowering defense, gave him a stat increase. They made the card very good. Broly doesn't have that potential, in my opinion. Now, they probably will buff his passive to where he'll have the same passive as Omega Shenron, having 3-key, 70% HP attack and defense for STR units. Probably the case we're gonna go with that. He's a mass damage unit, meaning he's an AoE unit. So mass equates to about extreme damage. Extreme is a very low attack modifier. Like, if you want to have an example of what the modifiers are, first of all, you have none. Then you have huge damage. Actually, no, I think the lowest modifier is actually low damage. So you have low damage, then you have none, and then you have huge damage, then extreme, then supreme, then after supreme is technically colossal. Like, colossal and supreme are like kind of the same almost. Then immense, and then mega colossal. So that's kind of the tier bracket as to the different attack modifiers. Broly has mass, which is extreme, which is like what, the third lowest in the game. You know, they're probably buffed that to like supreme, I guess I would say. His passive, defense reduced to 0 and attack 7,000 when attacking. So he doesn't need to get a super attack off to reduce his defense to 0. All he needs to do is hit somebody. All he needs to do is attacking. His defense will go to 0. He has 0 taking capabilities, none. Plus he has a flat out 7,000 attack up. Flat buffs are not as good a percentage buffs, we know this, unless your LR Broly would be having 80,000, or like I'm not saying that has like 50,000. Like, well, like when you have numbers that big, then it's pretty appropriate. But 7,000 is nothing. He has no relevant key link. He has the same lineage, but he doesn't have Prayer for Battle. He doesn't have Fear and Faith. He doesn't have Nightmare Big Boss. Like, he's not a very good villain. He's not a very good Saiyan. And based on what they did with Super Saiyan 3 AGL Goku, they didn't like add links to him. Now they could do with Broly, because Broly needs Prayer for Battle. He needs something. Like, you can Extreme Z Awaken this guy without a relevant key link, he'll still be pretty bad. He'll still be pretty bad. He'll be in the realm of Kid Buu. Like, I'll say Kid Buu is actually a bit better, but he'll be in that realm of where you can't really use him. Like, he doesn't link with anyone. You're gonna have to go run very heavy support units, 2-3 key passives for STR units to actually support him for super attacks, which could have you taking out an optimal unit out of a slot that would otherwise be there to accommodate Broly having a super attack more consistently. So that might be a bit of a troublesome situation, but, you know, like, what can they do with this card? Okay, so first of all, the leader ability, I already went over that. Probably buff it to, you know, once again, keep the 3-key, give him 70% stats for all typing up, well, for STR units for the HP attack and defense. His mass damage, AK Extreme, probably go to Supreme at the very best. Like, there's no way to give him immense. Like, I don't see him having immense with also being an AoE unit. I don't think it's going to happen. So I think the best thing to do is give him Supreme. Or they could give him immense, but when he supers, he lowers his defense by like 50% or something. Because we know Kale has that similar thing where she super attacks, her defense drops by 30%. So, and of course, LR Bullet, when he supers, his defense drops by his defense drops by a flat 20,000. So if they do give him immense, it's going to be a massive drawback to him having immense, because once again, he's an AoE unit. And AoEs don't get immense because it's going to be a lot of damage you're going to be hitting the overall field for. So I don't think give him immense. If he does get immense, then that's going to be very trashy defense, because they're probably going to nuke his defense with nothing. I mean, it's rated to 0, but I would like to see them get rid of the 0 passive to where his defense goes down to 0 when he attacks. That's so bad. That is stupid. Like, as you can see with him having max system potential, he has upwards of 10,000, well, 11,000 defense right now. That's before Extreme Z Awakening. Of course, in Extreme Z Awakening, stats will increase, but currently right now he's at about 11,000 max system potential. That goes down to 0 when he attacks. So they need to get rid of the fact that his defense goes down 0. That has to go. His 7,000 needs to either change it into a percentage, or needs to be bare minimum at least 50k. 50,000 is like the very lowest that you can consider if you're gonna extreme Z awaken this guy, because he needs such a big buff. He needs to be so friggin' enhanced that it's not even funny. Like if they just give him like a little 20,000 additional attack up, if they keep his defense to where he drops it to 0, if they just increase his modifier from mass aka extreme to supreme, honestly, and they don't give him prepare for battle, I don't care if you can extreme Z awaken the guy, he gets increased stats, he really would not be that good at all. Like, this card is in a very bad spot. They really need to go out of their way to make him usable. So, and once again, you have the LR version of this guy. Well, another LR version, but there's an LR Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. So obviously you can't run this guy and also the LR form on the same team. You can't do that. So you kind of have to pick. Of course, you have the LR form, then you don't care about this guy. Like, I don't care what they do. They're not going to make him better than the LR. They're not going to do that. Like, I really don't see them buffing this guy to the point where he can rival his LR variant. Like, I don't think it's going to happen. So if you have LR Broly, you can extreme Z awaken this guy. You probably won't even use him because, once again, you have LR Broly. LR Broly is an LR, higher stats, probably better passive. I mean, it depends what they do here. It really depends, because, once again, I don't see him being that great, even with an extreme Z awakening. But look what they did with Goku. I mean, I could be very wrong. I hope I am wrong. I want to be wrong because I want to see this guy rise. I want to see this guy actually do well. But it's just very difficult for me to see the possibility of him being good based on what he has right now. Like, Goku, once again, was in a situation where he nuked his defense, had a flat stat buff, had no relevant key link. Like, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku was usable. Broly is not. So he needs prayer for battle. They have to get rid of that, reduce defense to 0. They have to give him, at the very least, 50,000 additional attack when supering. They have to, at the very least, give him supreme damage on his attack modifier. If not, give him immense, but nuke his defense even worse. I don't know. Maybe give him minus balance of defense, I guess. I have no idea. But this card needs a lot of help. This card needs a lot of help. So I'm very excited to see what they do here, because, once again, the card's in such a bad spot. They really need to buff him. I'm sure they know this. Like, I think Broly was actually the first Fierce Battle unit. Like, he was actually the first TUR unit in the game with Fierce Battle. I believe that was the case, right? I think so. So, he's very, very old. So, I'm very excited to see what they actually do here, because he needs this. Like, he needs it in a big way. So, yeah, let's just see, guys. But this should be coming at the end of December. So, this is a couple weeks away. So, we should actually get the news and everything of what actually going on. I'll say even before then. So, can't wait to see what they do with this card. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. A bit of a, I guess, speculation of what I think they will do and what is actually best for the card. If you did like the video, then down below, leave me a like, subscribe if you're new here, and I guess comment down below as well as what you think about him getting Extreme Z awakening. So yeah, thank you once again, guys. See you next time, and yeah.